You failed, and the world watched, and instead of learning anything, you learned to be more careful about trying. That is not caution. That is surrender wearing a respectable name, and it is killing the one version of you that could have changed everything. Samuel Beckett, Nobel Prize in Literature, one of the most uncompromising writers in human history, distilled an entire philosophy of failure into a sentence so short most people read it and move on. Ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again, fail better, not succeed, not overcome, not win, better. He was not being pessimistic, he was being precise, because the goal was never to stop falling. The goal was to fall with more intelligence each time, until the falling itself becomes a kind of upward movement. In the 1980s, a ceramics professor split his class in two. The first group would be graded on quantity, produce 50 pots, you get an A, 40, a B, no questions asked. The second group would be graded on quality, produce one perfect pot, that is all. At the end of the semester, the highest quality work, and without exception, came from the quantity group, because while the second group sat theorizing about perfection, the first group was failing, learning, correcting, failing again. The second group protected themselves from failure, and in doing so, they protected themselves from mastery. Perfection is the most elegant form of avoidance ever invented. Nassim Taleb, mathematician, philosopher, and former options trader, gave this phenomenon a name in 2012 that changed the way serious thinkers understand adversity. He called it antifragility, not resilience, not toughness, not bouncing back. Antifragility, the property of systems that get stronger under stress. Nassim writes, antifragile is beyond resilient or robust. The resilient resists shocks and stays the same. The antifragile gets better. Bone density increases when it is stressed. The immune system grows from exposure, not from protection. Muscles tear before they grow. The human system, physical, psychological, intellectual, was designed for difficulty. It was not designed for the endless, cushioned comfort of a life protected from failure. Heraclitus, the Greek philosopher who understood tension better than almost anyone who came after him, wrote, "Opposition brings concord. Out of discord comes the fairest harmony. The bow must be pulled back before the arrow flies. The string must hold tension before it produces music." Difficulty is not interrupting your growth, it is the mechanism of it. If this is reframing how you see your failures, subscribe. Every week, one idea that changes what you thought you already knew. One click. Stay for what comes next. Tool 1. The Failure Autopsy. After every failure, everyone, write 3 lines before you do anything else. What exactly happened? What assumption was wrong? What one thing you do differently next time? Not as punishment, as engineering. A failure without an autopsy is just pain. A failure with an autopsy is data, and data is what separates the person who falls and stays down from the person who falls and recalibrates. Tool 2. Detach your identity from your outcome. The reason failure destroys most people is not the failure itself. It is the story they attach to it. I failed, therefore I am a failure. That equation is false, and it is lethal. You are not your results. You are how you respond to them. Hemingway wrote it with the precision of someone who had personally tested the theory. The world breaks everyone, and afterward, some are stronger at the broken places. Stronger at the broken places, not despite the break, at it. The fracture line is where the reinforcement goes in, if you let it. Beckett did not say, "Try until you succeed." He said, "Fail better." Because he understood something the success industry will never sell you. The person who has never failed has never found the edge of what they are capable of. They have only ever lived inside what felt safe. And a life lived entirely within the border of what feels safe is not a life. It is a rehearsal for one. So, I want to leave you with a single question. Not to answer tonight, to carry with you. What is the failure you are still using as a reason to protect yourself? And what would you attempt if you finally let it teach you instead? Write it in the comments. The answer will tell you more about yourself than this video ever could. If something cracked open in you just now, subscribe. Next week, we go somewhere even this did not reach, and I promise you, you will not want to have missed it.